Welcome to the Blue Cafe. We offer stories of infidelity, betrayal, and redemption. Please like and subscribe. Cheers. Now, on to today's story. Partner of 9 years / fiance cheated, attempted reconciliation gone awry. Reconciliation. The early morning of my brother's wedding I heard a ding from her phone. Saw it was from a friend of hers that we had prospected as potential threesome partner a couple weeks prior. I did what I had never done in my life until that point. I looked / spied on her phone to see if she said anything about it to him. I scrolled down through their texts and came across one from him that was absolutely paralyzing, something along the lines of "I'm not the type to just hit it and quit it and not talk about it." I figured out a lot in a short amount of time through their texts and also texts to her best friend and mother. This apparently happened 3 weeks prior, just days after we had put money down and set a date at our wedding venue. She invited him over to hang out at 9 p.m. I've been told from her previously that their relationship consisted of being good friends on and off since age 4 and platonic beyond one attempted kiss in high school. She was at her mother's house in her hometown for something in prep for a cousin's wedding she is the maid of honor for. She had told her mother that he was coming over to hang out for a bit and thought nothing of the ordinary. In the texts she had lied to him saying she told me about everything. She lied talking with her mother and best friend that he and her had only kissed and that she told me about everything when she had not. Both of us had responsibilities for my brother's wedding. I was the best man and DJ, and she was the officiant. While sitting in that hotel bed I decided to get my journal and start writing to vent while I determined what I was going to do. I decided that I was going to do everything in my power to make the best day possible for my brother and his wife and suck it up before I confronted her when we got home the following day. I literally put on an act that entire day to be cheery, not make a scene. That whole day was a torture chamber, from her saying what was prepared being an officiant to all my family coming up at different points throughout complimenting her performance and being exited for our wedding the following year. Being a DJ helped pass some time, but I ended up getting too drunk and got pretty sick in the wee hours of the night, obviously because of what was going on. We had driven to the wedding separately and the next morning I got a head start to write a letter out to her that I'd confront her with when she got home. I had decided that I was wanting to reconcile for 2 main reasons, whether reasonable or not. Our relationship has spanned 9 years and that 5 years previously I broke up with her because I was having sort of a mental breakdown / shift and needed a break from the relationship. I don't think I handled that situation / break for the 3 months that year the best, so somehow I think I put the idea in my head that she deserves another chance like she had given me because of how heartbroken I left her from the previous break / breakup. Apologize if this is confusing, my mind has been pretty muddled the past 4 months. I made demands in the letter. Among them was to apologize to her mom and best friend for lying to them. That we'd find a couples therapist and go as soon as possible. Another demand was that I'd confront the wife of the friend she slept with if he didn't reveal the truth to her himself. I needed to know exactly what happened, if this was the only time, and why the hell she hadn't told me what happened. Going into the confrontation I wasn't 100% sure that I was gonna still move forward saying I wanted to stay together. I had a couple scenarios in my head. If she avoided the conversation, left or wouldn't explain everything, I was done. But if I felt she was authentic and followed through with demands, we'd at least be on thin ice for a bit until couples therapy. When she got home I immediately confronted her, sat her down and had her read the letter. After reading a couple lines she tried to divert. "Can we talk about this?" I didn't concede and said, "If you have any respect left for me, read what I wrote and then we can talk." A page in, she started bawling and crying her eyes out. And that continued through all 6 pages. After she got herself together I asked the couple direct questions and demands. It had only been one time. He was venting about how bad his life had been lately, no intimacy from his wife for 6+ months, 2 DUIs, lost job, and then came on to her and she eventually reciprocated. No protection was used. I asked about the threesome idea. She was using the threesome idea as a way to feel less guilty about cheating. Yeah, I know, some incredible logic there. The reasoning of why she cheated was not really logical either. She said he was really vulnerable with her at that moment, when to me it just sounded like he was saying how much his life sucked and she felt bad for him. She said she held off telling me because I had previously told her cheating was an ironclad deal breaker and that she was talking with her therapist getting her affairs in order if I broke up with her. I originally wasn't going to have her bar contact with him, but 2 weeks after I confronted her, he told everything to his wife and cut all contact with my fiance. In addition, his parents cut contact too, who she was good friends with for most of her life. That day I got a FB message from his wife saying my fiance had cheated on me with her husband. We had a long conversation about everything. She was kicking him out for an unspecified amount of time and having their 2 kids stay with her. It was relieving in a way talking to someone going through the same thing as myself, and I had agreed with her for them to have barred contact. For 2 months after the confrontation, things went well. We were very open to each other, talked more, were more intimate, did more things together and started couples therapy. But it didn't last, unfortunately. She revealed in couples therapy that the idea of a break/separation came to mind recently and that she might need a break to try to understand why she did what she did and whether she truly wanted to get married, see a future with me. A week after that, she confronted me saying she wanted to move forward with that, and would look for a relative to stay with. For a 2-week period she talked with relatives and eventually went to stay with her sister. She's unemployed at the moment, which I believe attributed to why she needed to figure some things out on her own. Another red flag of mine is how obsessed she has gotten about astrology lately, like she's lost in it or something. Even though I was extremely frustrated with this situation, I granted her that wish. The last 3 weeks in this separation I've been pretty up and down, but I think I've come to terms that I'll be okay if she doesn't want to move forward in our relationship. On my side of things, while being apart, I've reviewed everything so far and can't get past the fact that the cheating happened just days after we reserved a wedding venue. I know I didn't deserve any of this and am still licking my wounds. I also just hate how she's the one that's been in decision mode on whether she wants to stay or not right now. I surprisingly haven't been suspicious or untrusting at all that she's cheated on me any other times with him or anyone else, but that could just be tunnel vision cause I'm stupid and somehow don't currently have major trust issues. I've had some good support from a couple relatives and close friends and have been seeing my own therapist for the last 3 months, so I at least have a good support system currently. A cheating partner is something someone should never have to go through and something I personally definitely didn't prepare for, and am just doing the best I possibly can given the current situation. If this doesn't work out, I know I will be okay. TBH, yeah, she is directly taking control because you outwitted her. She would never have told you. And would have gone back for more. Take the advice of others, walk. Send her a message saying I've had a think and realized this isn't going to work. I have a box of your things your sister can pick up when she can swing by next. I wish you all the best of luck. Then cut contact. Puts you in the decision seat, means she can't spin the narrative of we just weren't compatible. You'll feel less of a victim then. And can say you agree with her, but still be the one to pull the trigger. With her it's about power and control. Probably the venue was her trigger, the sense of being trapped and no control. So the cheating was her rationalized way of controlling something. This separation is her new way. And it shows you your future. Being tugged along if she decides to remain with you. Don't let her. She made her choice. She crossed the line she knew was your boundary. Then tried to frame it in a different way to make herself less of a villain. You deserve better. Please read this post above. It makes many excellent points. This exactly, up pointing finger. 100% she is going back for more. He broke her monkey branching. Why do you want to marry her? Why is it her decision? Why are you okay with her cheating before you even married her? She is the cheater. Why is she not begging you for forgiveness? Nope. I would walk. Exactly. Problem with us betrayed chumps is we take weight of both partners. Exactly. She should be begging for forgiveness. This is not a him problem, this is a her problem. She's the problem, not him. However, if he continues to allow it, then it gets muddy. Why did you consider a threesome with a married man? She lied at the time saying they were non-monogamous. After talking with his wife, she was crystal clear there was nothing of the sort. You will never be able to trust her. She has done everything to manipulate you and cover up her affair. It is a shame you have been with her for so long. She probably has held a lot of info back from you. Best of luck whatever you decide. When the cheater says they want a threesome/open, almost always the person they pick is already involved. Do you realize that she has feelings for him and will only marry you after she makes the decision, him or you? I don't know that, but I very strongly suspect it. Same as my initial statement, this is a fairly common thing. The stuff about feeling sorry for him was bullshit, too. She had a crush on him. Maybe he initiated. His wife was thinking his shit didn't stink anymore and had distanced herself from him. I mean, 2 DUIs and him drag racing to the bottom is not exactly a turn on, except your fiance, who saw him differently, did feel for him, and when he started blowing smoke up her ass, she got all tingly and felt good. It doesn't seem to be a one last hurrah type of deal, which also happens. Maybe your fiancé always had some crush on him and he was never available until now. In any event, I think the most likely story is the one your fiancé told. When a story makes no sense, it's almost always a lie. Your fiancé does not seem to have bad-mouthed you. Compared you to the other guy. She's into astrology now. My wife went into some weird shit for us when she got into the affair mindset, so I do believe the astrology thing is pertinent in her infidelity and her having doubts, or wanting him. Maybe he is born under the right sign and you're not. People who finished grad school and are about 30 and never was into astrology just don't get into it out of the blue. That's based on my experience. Someone influenced her. Maybe him. My wife was influenced by the other man and a new group she had joined online. If you ever decide to get back with her, I suggest getting to the bottom of it. I could definitely sense something was off when she got back that weekend, and a day or two later was when she initiated the threesome discussion up. And she was definitely a bit tricky cause she didn't bring his name up first on purpose. I definitely do suspect she's gotten so deep in that astrology mindset she's letting it direct some of her bigger life decisions. That would have to be squashed if the reconcile continues, which I'm leaning on the no side right now. So it would have been alright if she had sex with him if you were in the same room? Is that what this is all about? And you both wanted to induce the AP to cheat on his wife with the both of you? But since it was you that was cheated on, you posted on the sub because you feel bad. Replying to another comment about this, she lied that they were non-monogamous from the start in her web of lies. Had a long conversation with his wife afterwards to confirm that. Did you seriously want to MFM threesome with her? Or were you simply willing to do it to make her happy? Do you consider her out of your league? You said cheating was a deal breaker, but sadly, she does not respect you and your attempts to move past this are not helping. Do both of you a favor and end this since it is on a slow burn to destruction even if she decides to try. This way you both have a chance to find happiness. It was from a friend of hers that we had prospected as potential threesome partner a couple weeks prior. Okay, hold up. So you had already willingly agreed to let another dude F your fiancé? Am I reading this correctly? So here's the thing. Monogamy and polyamory are polar opposites, my man. You basically signaled that you're okay with this sort of thing. And now you're upset? But I'm only okay with it if I get to watch and participate, etc. I'm guessing that will be your response. Even at that, do you not see the problem here? It sounds like you're trying to ride some very, very thin imaginary line between monogamy and polyamory. The problem with this is that these two lifestyles are like oil and water. You sort of have to pick one or the other, otherwise, you get precisely what you have on your hands right now. Temptation is something everyone deals with to some extent. For some people, it's easier to deny than others. At the very least, you're expecting your fiancé to not give in to a temptation that you are helping to enable being put right in front of her face. You want the freedom of polyamory and the security of monogamy, it sounds like. I know a lot of people will tell me it's possible. Well, perhaps it is possible, but highly unlikely to ever work the way it's apparently envisioned. All in all, it seems to me that you planted corn in your garden and now you're shocked and offended that you didn't get strawberries. I'm not trying to be a dick, either. I'm just pointing out something that should be obvious AF, or it is to me, at least. She cheated, then brought up the idea of a threesome with him. We've sparingly talked and explored about it over the last 2 years, but nothing too serious has developed ever. So essentially attempting to extend an affair. So she is now on a break at the same time the AP has been kicked out of his house for a period of time? Interesting. She told you that she was talking with her therapist and getting her affairs in order in case you broke up with her, so she was anticipating to get dumped and getting mentally ready for a breakup, but then you surprised her by wanting to try fixing things out, and then she asked for a separation when you were trying to reconcile. Sorry man, but I think she's checked out of the relationship, and you by holding back and waiting for her, is just delaying the inevitable. I think it's better for you to just break up with her already and start healing properly. I know it's not easy to end things just like that after 9 years, but it is the right thing to do at this time. There are a lot of broken people in this story. That's not to say that you deserve to be cheated on, but broken people do broken things and hurt other people. At some point, you need to break the cycle of abuse and focus on healthier things and relationships. I hope you are already working hard to resolve your mental health, as this episode is sure to spiral you. So she cheats, you blindly forgive, and now you are waiting for her to make a decision? Sorry, but don't you believe that you deserve better? We hope you have enjoyed today's episode. Please comment, like and subscribe. Cheers. Have a wonderful day or night, wherever you are.